All right, Mr. Civic has helped me out. We got all these people who buy and sell stocks. We got a securities expert. I'm none of those. I'm just a poor country lawyer. I started off in a relatively modest background. But I got questions. So would you think that we should have some kind of a de minimis, and what should that line be for ownership?
Again, I think because of those ambiguities and parsing through some of those questions, TBA has not taken a stance on whether or not there should be a de minimis. I think, again, sweeping divestiture into diversified mutual funds and ETFs.
So here's my problem and why this is important to me. And it's small potatoes. I mean, really small. When the Stock Act came out, I decided it wasn't worth the paperwork. So, I use this all the time on the stump because I don't come from wealth. So I decided just to sell my entire publicly traded portfolio. And I, to this day, do not know what my wife did with the $6,000.
She's wearing it around her neck.
So what I did do, though, because I was trying to do the right thing, in 1990, the swimming pool I grew up with, and I still swim competitively today, not very fast, but I'm still in there, was in trouble, and I led a group to buy it out. And we bought it out, and my family owns about 20%. If we have a mandatory divestiture, the company, because the biggest asset, and it's worth more than you might think, it's not worth a fortune, but it sits on 3.2 acres of prime land. And if I'm forced to divest, and my children, and at the time, my children didn't own any shares, now they do. But if I'm forced to divest, the company probably has to fold and sell out because they can't afford, they couldn't, it's not a cash flow business. Our idea was to keep the pool open. And it is a for-profit company, even though we haven't gotten a dividend in about 15 years, and nobody's upset about that because we're trying to keep the facility open for the community, but we have made money. There was a time in the 90s where we made some pretty good money. So how do we make sure that we're not throwing out the baby with the bathwater? Because I got to tell you, this place is important to me. It's important. And we have given a share to my son of the parts that we own because my wife also is blocked from being on the board by virtue of her job. And as soon as he turned 18, we gave him a share so he could be on the board to represent our interest in this major investment. And it is actually for us a major investment, even though it's not worth a fortune. And some of the money we've talked about today, this is small potatoes. But I want to make sure when we talked about agriculture, and if that was but I'm not in the profession currently of running swimming pools. I have been a certified pool operator, and I have been a lifeguard back in the day. But that's not my profession. So how do we make sure that we're not eliminating me or making me sell something that I feel strongly about because it's been a part of my childhood and a part of all my kids' childhoods. And by the way, my son helped coach the team last year to the championship in summer league swimming. So how do we protect that while curing the ills of people who are trying to do bad things?
I think there's room, as I mentioned earlier, to Chair Stiles' questions about the agricultural-related issues, looking at the exceptions for families on occupational-related investitures and the pre-disclosures that Mr. Copeland was talking about.
Pre-disclosures I'm good with.
Yeah.
Occupational, nobody in my family is going to be an occupation of operating a pool. I mean, that's the problem. We're not going to, but we're invested in time and energy and love in keeping that pool open.
I'd be happy to follow up with your office and talk more about the specifics of the bill.
Anything you can get me later, Mr. Strauss and Mr. Copeland, I appreciate your comments. I would say this, when you say that if there's anything that Congress might affect in a business and maybe you ought to consider getting out of that or doing something like that, it affects everything, because I remember before I got to Congress, we had the whole swimming pool drain issue that Congress was affecting. So it affects whatever you're doing, even if it's a small community pool that wants to keep competitive swimming going in our part of town. With that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.